This conference will now be recorded.
Hello all, welcome back to Isha Training Solutions. Let's have a quick recap on what we had done in the previous session. So in the previous session, we have started off with recording a HTTP workflow. Okay, it's a HTTP script. Okay, and as I was highlighting, we will also go through other kind of other protocol, which is real browser protocol. Okay, so let me give you this recap, and then we will move on to the real browser recording. Okay. So to start with the recording, you have this button, start recording button, and the same button is also available here. You can see this, right? This red dot button. So you can just simply click on this, and this will bring up the start recording wizard. Okay. So under this, what we are seeing is the name. This is the user path name. So user path is the script. Okay. So we can provide any name here or any desired name. Okay, and below what we are seeing is the different protocols. Web is for HTTP HTML protocol. SAP, this is for SAP GUI, Citrix ICA, and finally it's the real browser. As far as this batch is concerned, we will be focusing on most with the HTTP HTML protocol, and if time permits, we'll also cover the real browser protocol. Okay. Fine. Let's, in case if we are unable to, continue with the real browser, there is a separate recorded sessions. These sessions will be given access to you. Okay. Right. So below what we are saying is the client. Here the client refers to the browser. Okay. So these are the browsers that is available as a part of this uh, system. Okay. These are the
Naveen, real browser also an protocol?
yes. Real browser is a another protocol. We
Okay,
will see
okay.
that. I mean, in today's
Yeah,
session, I will demonstrate how a real browser is recorded and how we can work with real browser. I will show you.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Naveen, yeah. I have one doubt actually. So, when I'm trying to record through NeoLoad, so I can able to capture all requests actually, but only we have checkbox, right? Checkbox. If we select one checkbox, it should select all checkbox. But that functionality is not working actually. So manually it
Okay.
is working fine, but whenever I'm trying through NeoLoad, that checkbox that functionality is not working. So to make sure that, do we need to change any settings or Naveen?
Mm, may I know which it is being developed? Your application, which platform
It
it
is
is being
.NET.
developed?
It
It
is
is .NET.
.NET application.
Okay. .NET application should not have any such limitation. Um,
Okay.
but what we can do is, see,
Mhm.
there are some troubleshooting sessions, okay, which I mean every day that we will be focusing some 5-10 minutes for just for associated for this troubleshooting. So during that
Okay.
time, what I can do is I will make you a presenter. Okay, you can share your screen, and then I will help you in troubleshooting your the issue whatever you are facing. Okay. Hmm?
Okay. Okay. But that is my application actually. So earlier I was
So
using
correct, correct.
remote and all.
Right.
I can't.
So for
Yeah.
that, no, no, it's not that. Okay. If you can share it, it is possible. I mean, so I
Mhm.
will disable the recording and then we can troubleshoot it. Uh,
Okay.
we will discuss, okay,
Okay.
on
Okay.
that
Yeah.
how to do it because now different application is equipped with different functionality and features. So have to see what is the issue that you are facing. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me proceed. I will take questions maybe after
Sure.
I complete with the recording. Okay. So yeah, thank you. Fine. So let me continue. Um, so here what we are seeing is the client. The client is referring to the web browser. Okay. These are the web browser that is available in this machine. So all the web browser that NeoLoad is able to identify has been listed here. You can select any web browser and the most used web browser is this Google Chrome. This is the most recommended option to for recording. Okay, if we just select this and click OK, what this will do, so there is one more pop-up. What it says to please close all the instances of this browser. Okay, so if I have any instance, so I do have an instance opened, so I have closed it. Even if I have closed it, if there is no instances running, still this pop-up will show up. Okay, just to ensure that you have closed everything. Okay, so by clicking on continue, what this would do, this would create a session. Okay, this would create an instance with the same whichever the desired browser that is being selected. Okay, this launches, and then we can just simply provide the uh, link here and then continue to record. And this one is the recording bar. Okay, so recording bar has all these different buttons. We can pause the recording, stop the recording, can make the recording to get recorded, which container we want to select, we can do that. And here is where we will provide the transaction name. Okay, the transaction name goes here and the recording continues. Just for example, I'm just going to record two transactions. Okay, I'm going to launch this application. So I have launched this application, and maybe I will click on let's say reptiles. I'm clicking on reptiles. Okay, now I'm going to simply stop it. Okay, so after stopping, what we will see is we will see a post recording wizard. Okay, so this is the post recording wizard. So during the recording, these are the network traffic that got recorded. Okay, and whatever network traffic that goes between the browser instance and the actual server gets recorded by NeoLoad, and that's how it translates it into a script. And this has given all the hosts that is being recorded. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to select only the host that is part of the objective. Okay, if we see this, these are the additional hosts that is not supposed to be a part of the objective. Okay, so we have to uncheck all of these. Okay, you see this, right? Autofill google api.com, it's not a part of it, so I'm unchecking. Telemetry servers, not, it is not a part of it, unchecking. Accounts.google.com, again this is not a part of it, unchecking this. And there is jive.com, not required. And you see this one, pet store, this is the actual application that we are intended to test, and this is a part of the objective, so this has to be checked. And others optimization, again this something associated with google apis. Okay, so when we do this recording in any application, real-time application or a simple application, most likely we will get all these different hosts that gets recorded along with this. Okay, so it is we who have to take a decision what needs to be a part of it and what should be out of it. And if you see the most common, uh, let's say most common links are these google apis. There is microsoft tiles, there can be weather tiles, there are social handle uh, requests, and such all these are like most common. But there is also, when we are working with a large scale sophisticated application, any large scale application is just an amalgamation of multiple components. Okay, so when that happens, the same application will have a different links. Okay, so it is, in case if we don't know whether if some host needs to be enabled or disabled, then it is best we have to reach out to the devs. Okay, any developers, dev leads or principal devs, they'll be able to provide a detailed information on which hosts are for uh, which hosts is used for, what is the purpose of those hosts. Okay, and I'm just going to click on next. So here what I'm seeing is the search for dynamic parameters. In case if this is the first ever recording that we are doing, okay, we have to skip this step. Okay, this is for auto correlation, we will come back to this topic. later. Okay, and then we will see how we can work with the autocorrelation. But for now, every time whenever a baseline recording is gets completed, it is always recommended to skip this step, else the baseline recording will have some rules gets applied, and sometimes it may work or it may not work, it may create some other issue. Okay, so it is, we have to um, we have to ensure that this step is always skipped. Okay, and we have a fresh recording. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead with the default option and click on finish. Okay, and if I expand this, I'll see all this requests. So in the previous session, as we discussed, whatever that we see in the, so let me show you. Okay, so let's say I'm going to bring up the Google Chrome developer tool. To bring up this, you can click on these three dots, go to more tools and click on developer tools. You can also use shortcut Control Shift I or F12. So I'm just launching this web page. Okay, you see this, right? Catalog.action is the first ever link, or let's say this is the HTML document that gets triggered, and followed by there is a series of non-HTML resources. There are jpegstore.css, JIFs, bunch of JIFs, and there is ICO, and somehow ICO is returning with 404 error. Okay, if we look at this, it's the same thing. You can see it, catalog.action, and followed by all this requests. Okay, so the white document icon is the requests, white document with the blue ball icon are the pages, yellow folders are the transactions, violet folders are the containers. Okay, so this is for the HTTP. Uh, this is a HTTP recording. Okay, that is web recording. I'm just going to remove this. I just recorded it just to show you. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to record a real browser script. Okay. So let me uh, record this. So you see this, right? There are the same transactions I'm going to record. Launch, click fish, click on angelfish, click on large angelfish, add to cart, and main menu. Okay, the same thing I'm going to record it with the real browser. Okay, so I'm going to switch to real browser. I'm going to name this as jpet underscore rb real browser. Okay, so I'm going to enable this, enable real browser recording. Okay, and I'm going to keep this just default. Okay, so recorded selector, there are two selectors, css and xpath. I will show you uh, what are these two selectors. I can also demonstrate by switching these selectors how the script will change. Okay, and rest all I am just going to keep it default. So this is the default resolution that my system is currently holding, so I'm just going ahead with that. Okay, and I'm going to click OK. Let me close any instances. Okay, so now watch this carefully. So the moment I, what this will do now, NeoLoad is going to launch a testing framework instance. Okay, it may take some time for it to launch. I think it is getting launched. Okay, you see this, right? Now this has launched. Okay, so as soon as it launched, it is best we start with the recording. Okay, because with real browser we have to provide more focus into the recording. Okay, recording is important. Okay, so I'm continuing with this click fish, and click angelfish, large angelfish, add to cart, and then main menu. Okay, this was the main menu, and that's it. I'm just going to hit on stop. Okay, so after this, this is how a post recording wizard for real browser will look like. Okay, so it says technology real browser. Okay, and I'm going to click on next. After that, directly we are seeing this user recorded think time. I'll go ahead with that. Okay, and you will see this option. Okay, there are three options. One is don't capture the request from the user path. Okay, whether to capture these requests or add a single capture request, or either in the beginning of the user path or in each of the transaction. Okay, for this the default option is we have to just select this. Okay, we will discuss about this as we proceed. Okay, so for now I'll just going to go ahead and click on finish. Okay, so this is how a real browser script will look like. Okay, you see this, right? Some try catch, some logical actions have been created. And so if I expand this all, okay, I'm going to expand all. Okay, and I'm also going to expand the uh, HTTP protocol. Okay, so if we see this, right, all, so the icon white document with a globe type icon, right? So these are called as real browser actions. Okay, whereas here these are requests, this is pages, these are transactions. So most likely transaction is the same thing. Okay, here, but inside the transaction we have two different elements. One is the individual request, another one is the pages. Okay, but in case of real browser, this is not the case. See this, right? In real browser, for each transaction, or let's say for each user action, is considered as a real browser action. Okay, so see this launch clickfish, I think it did not got record, not sure, have to check. Okay, so this is how a real browser action uh, will look like. Okay, so each real browser action will be different. Okay, so real browser, so what is real browser? Real browser is based on end user action. Okay, it will not send a complete request and its corresponding response. In fact, there won't be any response. So if you see this, right, so for real browser actions you will not see any responses. Okay, so no matter which action you go, there won't be any responses. Okay, but if you look at any of these requests, that is HTTP protocol, you see this, right? There are responses, there is recorded requests, how a request look like. So these are all these components have been listed in HTTP protocol, but in real browser protocol it is completely different. You see this, right? Even the number of tabs under the advanced settings is just two. That is, one is variable extractors, another one is recorded response, and in this recorded response there is nothing in the recorded response, it will not get stored. Okay, real browser works differently. And if I'm going to replay this, for example, if I replay this is going to replay like exactly how it was recorded. Okay, so if we compare the HTTP protocol and real browser protocol, HTTP is more the enhancements, that is correlation, parameterization, validation, that is more important. Okay, with HTTP protocol, but with, in case of real browser protocol, it is the recording. Okay, so when we are recording, we have to ensure that there are no mistakes or no distracted recordings. So our complete focus should be on the recording. See, I'm replaying this real browser protocol. So what it will going to do, it is going to launch the same testing framework. You can see this, right? The icon of the Google Chrome also is different. Okay, so now this has launched. After it has launched, just to click on fish. Okay, so this has clicked on fish successfully. Then this has to click on angelfish. I used to see a red highlight, but I don't see it now. Maybe they have made some changes, they have updated it. Okay, but you can see this, right? So the real browser protocol is navigating through all the transactions, and now this is going to click on return to main menu, and then this is going to close by itself. Okay, so this has come back to the home page. Now it has closed. Okay, so if we take real browser, the easiest part is, or let's say the major positive about real browser is there is no correlation. Okay, uh, as you can see, this there is no response itself. So if there are no response, then the correlation requirement is completely eliminated. Okay, but real browser has some other limitations. Real browser consumes more resource. In terms of resource, it consumes anywhere between 20 to 30 times compared to the HTTP protocol. um, and with another best positive about real browser is you can rapidly develop the complete test suite. That is, if you have like 5 different scripts, and if you have to do some execution and you are running, you have a very limited time, let's say half a day of time you have to do it, all the 5 scripts can be developed using real browser and can be executed uh, immediately. Okay, so the rapid test development is supported in real browser, but this is not supported in HTTP. Okay, that is web. So that's the a short demo about real browser. So if you have any questions, you can let me know. We'll try to answer. So any questions on the course content? So let me once again walk you through on the benefits of this course. So we have a live Q&A clarification sessions. Okay, so you can stop me and ask me any questions. All the sessions are recorded, and this is provided to you a lifetime access. Live troubleshooting sessions, I was just talking about you some time back. Um, so if anybody is stuck with any technical challenge, I can make you a presenter, and you can share your screen, and I can help you in troubleshooting your issues. Of course, we have also have a dedicated session for professional certification support. So I will provide you some guidelines, hints how we can how you can approach in clearing this certification. You will have maybe 2 or 3 attempts to clear this. Okay, so within that you have to try to clear it. I will give you the necessary support for this. Okay, from the course content perspective, yes, we will be discussing on all these aspects. Concepts we will be discussing all NeoLoad's components, features, and its functionalities. And most of the sessions are it's practical demonstration and hands-on. Okay, and course content, you can expect 4 sessions per week, each session between 1 to 1.5 hours. You can expect total of 18 to 20 sessions based on how we are progressing. Okay, and there is a optional practical lab sessions. This is only for absolute beginners who has no idea about NeoLoad or performance testing. Okay, so these sessions are usually conducted on weekend, okay, Saturday or Sunday, and this is the optional session, but it is open to anybody. Anybody can join these sessions. Okay, so as we progress, so once we complete with the scenario setup, okay, these sessions will be conducted around that time. Okay, so if there is no further questions, I think we can wrap it up. So I take that as a no, there are no questions. So thank you all for joining. I'll see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye.